Hello, Ralph Davella back. This is for beginning trumpet lesson number 5. Beginning trumpet lessons, lesson number 5. We're going to do the lesson right out of my book today, the Complete Beginner's Method. And this way you can look in the book and you can follow the lesson right online, right on YouTube. All lessons in this book eventually will be on YouTube. So lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, and now lesson 5 is going to be on. So let's get started with lesson 5. Alright, so this is the book, The Complete Method for the Beginner. And today we're going to go, we did lesson 1, 2, 3, 4. And today we're going to do lesson number 5. So here it is. I'm going to put it on the stand so you can follow along as I teach it to you. So let's go over a couple things before we get started in lesson 5. Alright, throughout the rest of the book, only exercises A, B, and C. Here's exercise A, B, C is on the next page. They're the only exercises that are going to be played on the mouthpiece. All the other exercises are going to be played on the trumpet. Alright, so in this lesson, the developing skills continue to ascend. That means going higher. I'm introducing the tie, where two notes are tied together. The tie is shown in the last two measures of the developing skills. You'll see it later. The tie is a curved line that combines the value of two notes. So if you have two quarter notes in a row and a curved line attaching the two notes, instead of the note being one beat for one quarter note, it gets tied together and it becomes two beats. And you'll see that when it comes up. So that's one of the new things we're going to learn this week. And the 6-note exercise is going to be played a little differently. It's going to be played 3 beats for each note. Alright, so let's just go through everything. So the first thing we're going to do is this first exercise here. And let me sit down and we'll play it together. So the very first exercise is going to be a lip buzz exercise. Now that lip buzz exercise, I don't care what pitch comes out, note comes out, just the idea of getting the lips vibrating. Alright, let's do that together. Alright, so we're not going to use the mouthpiece on the very first one. We're just gonna spit buzz it by forming the embouchure, saying M, lips together, and thinking of two or spit. Alright, so you know how to do that by now. This is the 5th lesson. Let's just do that just to get the lips vibrating. I'm not concerned with the pitch or the note. Whatever comes out pitch-wise or note-wise, that's fine. So let's do that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, that's that exercise. Sometimes it will come better than other times, even on me. That time, some of those came out better than the other ones. We try to get a nice consistent sound. Alright, so the next exercise we're going to do is 5B, and that's the mouthpiece buzz. And on the mouthpiece buzz, again, you can get any note, but it's got the written G, and if you can get the G, you can play the G on a trumpet first now if you have that skill. So now you know that's G, you hear that in your head, and now you just play it on the mouthpiece. Alright, let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Alright. Now we're going to move on to the last mouthpiece exercise, which was the siren exercise, which you just start on a note, go up, you come back down, make it sound like a siren. So again, we can get the G at this point on the trumpet. If you have a piano, you can play an F on the piano, which is the same as a G on the trumpet. That's the same pitch, you get it in your head. But let's do it on the trumpet. Alright, we got that in our head now, that note. Well, let's do the siren exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, 4. One, two, three, 4. Okay, so you can start on, play through the whole exercise. You can start on that note. You can go up as high as you want or down as low as you want. It's up to you. It's the idea of getting the movement on of the different notes on the trumpet. All right, let's move on now to the trumpet exercises. All right, so now we're going to move on to exercise 5D, which is the 6-note exercise, very basic exercise that we're going to probably do, that we are going to do for ever playing the trumpet. This builds your strength and keeps you in good condition. So now read the whole page before you do the exercise. You read it before, you read it in the exercise, in the previous exercises, so you basically know what to do by now. But remember, once we put this on our lips, we're going to try to do the whole exercise in one setting. If we don't make it all the way to the C, it's okay. You read what you do, you take a little rest, and continue from there. Now, if you can do it, you're going to play it and you're going to repeat it. So let's do it. Let's see how far we can go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so that's how we do it. I repeated it twice. If you could do it twice without taking it off the lips, breathing in through your nose, leaving this on, leaving it on your lips, not moving, keeping it steady, and you go as far as you can. Take it off, rest a little bit, 15-20 seconds, put it back on, and continue to the end if you can make it that far. So that's an important exercise. That's exercise 5D. Let's move on now to the developing skills, exercise 5E. Alright, let's move on now to the last exercise of this lesson, exercise 5D. Exercise 5E, which is the developing skills. And again, read everything, play the developing skill exercise using the following skills: form the embouchure, bring the trumpet to the lips, take a breath in as if you were yawning. Start the note, say 2, the lips touching, blow in steady air. Leave the trumpet on the lips to the end of the exercise if it's possible. So again, you just read everything, you know what to do by now. And the tie, you'll see from let me just show you over here, the tie from the D to the C to the D. So you don't tongue this note and tongue that note. Once you play the first note, you slur the second note. And then when you start the next one, you tongue it and slur. So it's tongue and slur. So slur, you're just blowing steady air. You're pushing the valves down. And the next note comes out. So you don't try to tongue it, it's a slur. So if you stop blowing the air, then it won't work. So you blow steady air through it. And you tongue the first note and slur the second note. And then on the next line of the exercise, we're slurring 3 notes together. And then 4, and then it develops that way. So let's do this exercise together. One, two. Oh, I have my tuner slide in all the way, which means probably everything we did in this lesson was sharp. So remember, this is a tuning slide, and the tuning slide pulls in and out. You tune to a concert pitch, which would be on the piano if they play an A, you're going to play a B, and you're going to hear that if you move this tuning slide in or out a little bit, you end up with the same exact pitch as the other instrument. So, so if you play a concert, a B flat on the piano, not to get you confused, but these are terms that you eventually have to learn. If you play a concert B flat, then you would play the C on the instrument. And again, if it's in all the way, the tuning slide, it will generally be sharp, which means your pitch will be a little bit higher than probably the true concert pitch. So now if you pull it out too far, if you pull this out too far, then what happens is it goes flat, and then you're flat compared to the other instruments. So for me, I'm generally out about that much. Let me show you. About that much to be in tune. See that little distance there? So that really wasn't part of today's lesson, but put little things in here and there as I see fit. Let's play this development scale together now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. 4. 4. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. All right, let's just talk about that a little bit. Let me get up so I can point to what I want to talk about. All right, so you remember that this here square that touches the fourth line is a 4-beat rest. You remember the one wiggly line in our lessons is a 1-beat rest. Now we get to here. So you got the 1-beat rest and then a 2-beat rest, not a 4-beat rest. It looks like a 4-beat rest, but it's not. If you look closely, you'll see this square line is touching the fourth line. But you'll see here the square line is sitting on the third line. So if it sits on the third line, that means a 2-beat rest. Don't let that confuse you, because that's the way it is now, and it's the way it's always going to be. Nothing's going to change about that. So we got the same situation here. You have 3 beats rest, 1 plus the next 2 beats. All right, so then you'll see we get to the end again, and you'll see that this C is tied to the next C. So this is tied together, but also the C is tied to the next C. So if this is with the hole in it is 2 beats and this is 1 beat, this note becomes 3 beats because it's tied together. 1 beat plus 2 beats. That's all, simple as that. And I want to show you one other thing that I did with the trumpet, which is really not you have to worry about right now as you learn it, but you kind of want to keep it in mind. If you notice, whenever I played a D, hold on, let me show you. Whenever I played a D here, a D there, wherever a D occurred, a D there, see the D? I pulled this slide out here. Let me see if I can get it in the camera correctly. I pulled this slide out, which is most of your beginner trumpets, well, most of the trumpets these days, I think has a third valve tuning slide. A lot of them do not have a first valve tuning slide. But sometimes I use the first valve tuning slide or the third valve tuning slide to pull it out a little, because the D is not in tune on the trumpet. it's usually it's a little sharp. So sharp means it's a little bit higher than the pitch indicates. So to lower it down a little bit to keep it in tune when you're playing the scales, I'll pull out the third valve slide a little bit, or a lot of times I'll push in the first valve slide, which is really the slide that's designed to put the D back in tune. So don't let this confuse you at all. It's just something that I'm introducing to you now. I'm introducing it to you now, but it's not something you should be concentrating on too much. But eventually you'll start working on that, and you'll start hearing that that's a little bit out of tune and how those slides help on the trumpet. I'm just trying to teach you what these different things do for you on the trumpet a little at a time. And of course I don't have to tell you, you got the spit valves here. You push this is a different kind of spit valve on this trumpet. So you push these spit valves in, and it opens up the hole and lets the spit come out. On most of your trumpets, you push it in from the top, and it has like a little hook on it, and that's what lets it spit out. But either way, it's the same thing. Right, that concludes lesson 5. So again, if you have the book, you can just follow along each lesson in the book, or in the future you want to get it, and you can just go right from lesson 1. And the last lesson in the book will be lesson 12, so there's 12 lessons. So next week, we're going to be on to lesson 6, which will mark the halfway point in this book. Even though we're taking our time doing the lesson every 2 or 3 weeks or so, it goes quick. It goes quickly. So in lesson 6, I think the little different part is I hope I'm not blocking it here. No, I'm not. So we're going to review next week what we did in the book. We're going to have a new lesson, but we're also going to review what we learned from lesson 1 through 6. So we'll stop, we'll review what we learned, we'll reinforce everything, give ourselves a little break, and then we'll continue with the rest of the book. So I appreciate you watching this. I hope you're learning and enjoying playing the trumpet, and I'll see you again soon.